Hello, we are the Damsels game. The Damsels are 3 lady gamers who like to play games, and then we talk about them. Tonight we are going to be playing Guild Wars 2, so stick around after the podcast to see all that fun stuff. We are going to advance our storylines tonight. Yay! We played a lot of games this go-round, among them DDO, Horizon Zero Dawn, Scrap Mechanic, Far Cry 5, whoop! 7 Days to Die, Guild Wars 2, who knows what else. Thanks for listening. Whoop! What game is that? I want you to know that we have primo sponsors this week. This week, the Damsels game is sponsored by Lessa and Mithery. Not us, like, because we're poor, but Lessa and Mithery's characters from Far Cry 5. That's right, they've become so rich that they can now afford everything. How many prepper stashes are too many? You ask? Well, the answer is simple. All your stashes belong to me. That's right. And the Damsels is recorded live on Sunday, January 31st. This is our 141st show. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks for anybody who is already joining us in the chat room. What's up?
Hello.
Did we get email?
I got an email. You know, I tell you how I ignore anything where somebody wants me to give them money for doing anything for me. So I looked at this and I figured this is going to be another thing to ignore because then it's this huge in letters at the top. I mean, absolutely enormous thing. It says Twitch channel promotion. It's gigantic, and it makes it look like they want you to think that it's coming from Twitch, I guess. I just can't even. It's so big. And then after it says that, our company. So it's like Twitch is telling you this. Yeah, well, I'm not even for 1 second that I think. And they want to organically promote our live stream.
Huh?
Yeah, like blah, 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 blah. They blah, blah. And then even big, still not that big, but big, lots big. To click here and order, right? So I'm not clicking anything because they want money. In the tiniest font possible, I can read it, so I guess it could be smaller. But I am wearing my contacts, so the tiniest, bittiest font. It says that they are from Nigeria.
Oh,
so
no.
Okay.
I'm thinking, man,
are they also a
must
prince?
be bad.
Yeah,
now.
the catfishing pool must be getting really. The waters have been
rough times
overfished. Yeah, those waters have been overfished.
Hitting up the Twitters. So.
Yeah.
So let you guys know.
If you think you're going to get money out of a Twitcher, you're really desperate.
Right.
So we have mail.
Yeah, that was the email.
No, we have mail.
No,
we have mail. Okay.
Yes. It's from Dennis Brisson. And he says, "Hi, I saw what you wrote about the supply drops and where they are. I'm finding that if I am not available to go get it right away, within 24 hours, they disappear, and then can't find it unless I walk near it within 100 to 300 meters. So how do we get them to reappear on the screen? Loving the show, though I don't play all the games you do. DDO, 7 Days to Die, and Battletech are my go-tos. Stay safe, lady."
those are good go-tos.
Yeah.
They are
Yeah,
good go-tos.
very good go-tos.
Rent loves
You have a lot of friends
Battletech,
that play
yeah.
Battletech, so
Yeah.
you're in good company.
Elena says that's
That's
Elena.
me! Yeah, that's me! In all the games that I've played, 7 Days to Die, as soon as I turn on mark supply drops, so there's also a marker that you turn on where there's an orange smoke that comes up as well. They don't disappear from me. They'll disappear from the map. And then if I forget about them later on, I'll be driving around once I'm mobile like that, and as soon as I'm within a few hundred meters of them, they'll reappear on the...
But they're always on the compass. You just have to
HUD.
do a 360 on your compass up at the top of the screen. So if you remember, because I forget about them all the time, just do a 360 and look at your compass that's at the top of the screen, and you'll see that they're on there.
Yeah. Another thing you can do is even if that supply drop goes into the gray area of your map that you haven't been on yet, you can also right-click it on your map and save it as a permanent point.
Right.
And then once, and then track it later, and then once you go get it, you can take that point off your map because it's no longer useful. Just something I probably should have done from the beginning and didn't. Because that's a great idea, Lessa. When the supply drop drops, do it immediately, and you'll never forget about it. Yeah. There are things that I just won't go get if they're too far away until I get a bike or a mini bike or whatever.
Next time a supply drop drops, is that the first thing you're going to do?
No.
No. No.
I'm having a devil of a time in my vanilla game. I hope we can compare notes later.
All right. So let's talk comments to videos.
Yeah.
So you have a bunch to your vanilla series.
I do. I went crazy.
What is Fred talking about your guns and ammo hacks? What
I don't know.
You're hacking?
No. I don't even know how to hack it. Barely boot my computer up. Right? I wouldn't know how to hack. I can barely spell the word. No.
I don't think you're hacking.
I don't know what he's talking about. But I finally got guns. I got some money. I went through a really stressful time getting treasure, and I finally got some money, so I went shopping with that money because I realized I had things to sell. I couldn't do it the day of the treasure hunt. I was just too stressed out.
I was going to make a comment about that video that it's amazing you have a gun. I'm only in episode 5, and I don't have a gun.
Yeah.
And I was like, she has a gun.
She has a gun. I wish I had a gun. You're still rocking around with a level 1
ammo.
bow.
I have ammo and no gun, but
yeah, same. I just accumulated this pile of ammunition, and I had nothing to put it in. But now I have 2 guns to put it in.
Fred says you're cheating.
He's insane.
There he goes.
She does not load them. I don't want to waste bullets, Fred.
In episode 11, Fred says, Drac is here, let the dying begin.
It's so true. I would never have gone off to look for a new home if I hadn't roped Drac into playing with me one morning. And it was really early morning, too. He was like, I haven't even had my coffee yet. I was like, get in this game right now.
So, what happened in episode 12 that he says, Myth shows up while heck breaks out?
I'm very good at putting guilt trips on people. I'm a mom, so it kind of comes natural to us. So I put a guilt trip on Mithri because the first time she joined me, she left, or we ended up leaving with you. So she didn't do anything. Like, she literally showed up to help me.
I did not.
And didn't help me. So I guilted her into coming back and helping me, and she helped me into the ground and get practically eaten by about 12 zombies who came after us.
Really?
Yeah, that was really fun, actually.
Was it a mini horde?
It was a mini horde, yeah. Yeah, we were mining. We were mining for iron orbs to put bullets in the robotic turret, or, robotic turret ammo or whatever for Horde Night. And she ended up sticking around for the next episode for my last horde on the farm.
And then you're moving.
Yeah, that's the plan anyway.
Okay. It was a Congo line, according to Fred.
It was a Congo. It was, man. They couldn't stop coming in. It was awesome. I keep commenting on Saba's videos, Myth. Like, every single one. I just can't help myself.
She and Fred went back and forth about my open-air house.
Look, she's still living in a 3x3 wood shack with no ceiling and a dirt floor. Just saying.
Well, as long as the vultures aren't attacking her,
they are not.
She actually needs a ceiling.
I went out looking for a new home. I went to a new town, and it was a big town, too. No trader in the town, and the quest I went on bugged out. So I went back to my little, I don't know, it was like a 3x3 square town that I'm living in to go along with my 3x3 hut.
3x3 town.
Well, it's a
really small town.
It's a very small town that it's very small that like there are 3 houses by 3 houses.
If I was a trader, I wouldn't go there either.
No, there was a huge town that I went to that had no trader in it. The little town I'm in, that it might be 3x3 blocks, right? Has 2 traders in it.
Wow.
But there's not much to loot in there. And this
How far away from each other are they?
Really far, like 2 kilometers. I have no bike. I have nothing. Fred says my 3x3 is a condo in Kentucky. So then on my next episode, for my very vanilla, Lessa says I've already made the point between very vanilla and vanilla.
It's academic. She has a mini bike in her non-vanilla game already.
I think you need to decide that you don't need the trader so much and go to the big town and work it out till you get a vehicle.
That's what I decided to do.
We're going to talk about it later. Okay, so in my not so very vanilla, my miners challenge, Les is picking on me because I made this comment. I was looking for the raw iron that you need for the second quest of the miners challenge. You know, that special raw iron?
Yeah, the red
and
stuff.
I couldn't find it. And how many of those boxes did I open and that stuff wasn't there? And that's the only place you can find it, right? In those boxes, the containers.
Yes.
And so I kept opening containers. It was a dozen or more, right? And so finally I was like, oh, more books. And then I was like, I don't mean to sigh over more books, but... So Les is like, Saba is so rich with books now that she's using them to light the fire in her burning pickaxe.
That's true. That's true.
Fred says I'm a librarian.
She's a librarian. So many books. So
all right, and then
to read.
Beethoven Dalmeo is commenting on your Saving Hope County one side quest at a time. Of course the bull attacked you. The truck is red.
I'm thinking that's why he attacked. There was no other reason.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good video, by the way. Saving Hope County one side quest at a time. Just me and Myth
shot
getting another
up by the
pepper
bad
stash in the
guys.
man cave. Yeah.
And you're getting attacked by bulls.
Yeah, because there was nowhere to go.
And then Elena G is commenting about the Damsels Gamespire Horde Night, saying, get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper!
The group isn't in the Spire Tower anymore.
No, we have the spider now.
The spider, yeah.
Yeah, it's called the spider. I've recorded one Spider Horde Night, but it was under a different name. So now that we've made improvements, I have to record the next Spider Horde Night. Works out great. Needs to be maintained, and you can put the maintenance off till the day of Horde, so no big deal.
All right, I have one comment. Why is Lessa never this cute while we're playing Guild Wars 2?
What? Oh, you mean I'm a kitty. This is what I told you needed to save your laurels for in Guild Wars 2. You need to save your laurels because they reward you for logging in.
Adorable.
When you get 100 laurels, you can buy a mystery cat tonic, and you can be a kitty. I'm a kitty.
Yeah, we both turned into kitties.
Yeah, and then we fought.
It was so cute.
It was so cute.
All right, so what did we learn this week?
What did we learn this week? I learned that bulls hate trucks.
Oh, they just hate you.
If they just hate me in trucks. If you get in a truck, a bull is going to come at your truck and knock the truck over.
I'm surprised that right now in Guild Wars 2, while Les is just standing there as a kitty, things aren't attacking her. Because as she was in a truck being attacked by a bull, it's Lessa. It's her odor or something. I don't know. Because we were playing Guild Wars 2 yesterday, and I'm standing next to her, and things attack her.
Mm-hmm.
I walk away. They don't follow me. She's still getting attacked. It's her.
I'm an aggro magnet.
She is.
Can't help it.
All right, so what did you learn, Beth?
I learned that if you do Clutch Nixon challenges with a partner in Far Cry 5, that's the only place you can do them.
I've never heard of Clutch Nixon challenges.
He's a legend. Clutch Nixon is a legend.
He is. They're everywhere.
In Far Cry 5, he's a legend.
The challenges end up with 2 challenges. First challenge is you must maintain the appropriate game-permitted distance from your partner. That's a big challenge. Otherwise, you completely fail the challenge immediately. And second, you have to do the actual challenge. But only one of you has to complete the challenge, and both of you get the credit for it.
So I could just stand there within a certain distance and you do everything and I get credit.
Right, but standing there is not going to be an option. The challenges are really challenging. So you're going to have to be trying in order to maintain the appropriate distance from me.
I can't go invisible?
That's why they call them challenges, man.
No, even if you were invisible, you would still have to be near me to maintain the right distance from me. Last night, I was doing wingsuit challenges. So we were jumping off of cliffs and trying to go through these hoops that were distances apart across the valley. So you couldn't just stand on the cliff.
Okay.
What did you learn, Saba?
I learned how to use controllers in Scrap Mechanic. I also built my second version of a miner, which is pretty cool. My first one was just a basic miner, which is a truck that I use to mine rocks. So I'm going to be able to do it better. But this one, it auto-collects the rocks slabs as I'm mining. So I don't have to get off my truck and refine the rocks or metal. I just sit in my truck and it brings them into the resource collector as I'm doing it. So my next idea is to bring a refine bot along with me and attach them all together so it will mine, it will collect it onto my truck and refine it as I'm going.
Okay.
And Les just fell asleep.
I just don't know anything that you just said, but it sounds great. I'm so happy that you're enjoying Scrap Mechanic. I hope that the
She has a video.
Pitchfork guys
I have a very basic video,
are not,
yes.
giving you a hard time. It's just not the game for
Nope.
me, man. It's just not it. It's just not mine.
All right, on to rumors, news, and lies. Everybody's heard of GameStop, right?
Yes. Oh my God. Oh, we're gonna talk about this. Woo! Let's do it.
Just a little bit. So a couple Redditors went and bought a bunch of stock in GameStop and made the stock go skyrocketing because they could, and they were trying to teach people a lesson about how the stock market isn't equitable for everybody. I guess that was the moral of the story, right?
That is the moral of the story.
So today
Hey,
I was
stop cheating at the game that we've been cheating at.
Yeah. Today I was listening to Wait, Don't Tell Me, and Peter Sagal was trying to explain short stock selling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's when
Shorting.
you bet against something.
Yeah, you bet that the stock will go down in price. And this is how he explained it. Because this was how it was explained to him, where he understood it better. I buy a dress for $100. Crazy? No, I would never buy a dress for $100. But I buy a dress for $100. I haven't worn it. You borrow the dress from me. Crazier because that would come up to your navel, but...
Are you saying you would not buy a dress for $100, or are you saying somebody else said that they would not buy a dress?
I would never buy a dress for $100. But Lessa borrows my dress for $100.
Oh, God.
That I've never worn. And she takes it back to the store that I bought it from and gets the $100 thinking that when it goes on the super sale discount rack for $19.99, she'll go back and buy it and pocket the $80 and then give me my dress back brand new.
It's really smart, Lessa.
And she made $80. What are the chances that that dress is going to be on the discount rack for $19.99?
Not very good.
Not at all. Only a guy would come up with that analogy for short selling.
Yeah, especially if it was a dress that was only about half a season old. You might see it for the most you can see is 40% off.
Yeah.
But anyway, I get it.
You never see it for $20.
No, you'll never see a $100 dress for $20. And
it would be used.
It would be a year old at least.
It would be
or
in
a return.
Or one of those return. Second-hand things.
And then you might get it for $20 if it's already got the presidential stain on it or whatever. I mean,
so GameStop went up 1,800%. That's how much the shares went up.
Yeah.
1,800%.
Armchair investors, baby.
Well, we'll see if anything happens from this. But I was telling Mitt that this one podcast that I listen to all the time, this woman, back in 1999, personal finance person told her that with this extra $1,000 that she had, she should invest. And he suggested this GameStop stock. She had never heard of GameStop because she wasn't a gamer. And unless you're a gamer, you've never heard of GameStop.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, okay, whatever. Years later, her husband said, you have this GameStop stock that's not worth anything. It wasn't worth $50 at the time that he mentioned this to her. And she's like, yeah, I know. Leave it alone. Now, with this stuff that was happening, she finally sold it. She made almost $7,000. She didn't sell it at the high price. She sold it when it was worth $100 a share. She didn't buy it nearly at $100 a share. She made $7,000 on something that I know. It's like because some crazy people wanted to teach Wall Street people a lesson. Fred says, the positive part of it is with the price going up to GameStop, will now give you 50 cents for a used game now. Instead of a quarter. Yes, Fred.
Good job.
All right, on to gaming news for real. In DDO, they're accepting applications for the DDO Players Council. And if you aren't sure what that is, that's where you get to join the secret society of...
You were in that secret society once, weren't you?
I was. Where you get to be on this group of players who are asked questions from the people who run DDO, and they just ask you things like, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? And then you give them your honest opinion, and they listen to your feedback and sometimes do what you say and sometimes don't. They gather feedback on potential changes and ideas for development issues down the road. It's not that they're going to say, oh, Sabajade says this. We're going to do it.
Yeah.
So I put in a link to the forum page, and from that page you can go to the DDO Players Council application if you want to do it. And then the next one is the Snow Peaks Festival feedback. And some people don't actually like the Snow Peaks Festival, and what it is, this year they changed out the festival, and you go and you run regular dungeons, and in the dungeons you might get a special challenge.
Token?
Not a token, it's a bad guy that you fight. He drops a chest. In the chest, there's a chance to get a key. Then you go into one of the, that I can't think of, in the original area. What's it called? Brain dead. Eberron. In Eberron. I was
going to say, are you using words right now?
Yes. In the Hall of Heroes. Thank you, Fred. In the Hall of Heroes in Eberron, you go to Flurry and you turn in your key, and that will take you to a snow slide. And there are little coins on this slide. So it's just like a downhill skiing area. But you don't need special skis or skates. You just slide down and you have gold coins, silver coins, and copper coins. Collect those and you turn them in and you get items. It's really easy. You don't have to run any special quests or anything like that. You just kill the special guys. A chest drops. You have a chance to get keys. Turn the keys into Flurry in the Hall of Heroes. Run this slide. Get the coins. Turn them in for items. People hate it. Some people love it. Some people think it's a zero challenge event. Cordovan wrote that they try to make it easy because it's the first time, that next time it might be more skill-based. They wanted the slide to be a little easy this year because it was the first time it was run and they wanted everybody to be able to do it. So we'll see what it's like next year. I liked it. It was no stress involved. It was really easy to get the keys. Drac and I ran Giant Hold. We each got, 5 or 6 keys from running the quest. We did the slide, got some coins, easy to turn in stuff. No stress involved whatsoever.
Are you getting decent stuff?
It's, like the things to put in your, augments to put in your items.
Oh, right.
That kind of stuff. And there's also cosmetic stuff. That kind of stuff.
Cool.
All right, and then the last thing is, you realize this is the 15th anniversary of DDO.
Is there going to be something in my inventory if I log
We'll find out. Oh, no, it's not yet, because it's only January.
Oh, okay.
So the question is, what would you like to see for the 15th anniversary gift event? rewards.
I want to see another chocolate cake with a genie in it.
Well, the first answer to this one was 15 years of my life back.
Oh, that's hurtful. That's hurtful. What would I do without DDO?
I mean, that's just horrible.
Ow, that's rude, man.
So somebody wrote back to them and said, TR and start over. Become a doctor this time around.
Become a doctor this time around. TR, like your life?
Your real life, yes.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So there are a whole bunch of questions. Somebody would like a true heart of blood, an SOS, a quiver of alacrity. A lot of people would like those cards that we had, but fix them so they can't be hijacked so people would exploit them. Because remember, that's why we don't have those anymore, is because people exploited them.
Yeah.
Because those were kind of cool.
Oh my god, I've been muted.
Oh, you've been talking.
Yeah.
What have you been saying?
I said maybe that guy, if that's how he felt, maybe he should have quit after the first year. Not played for 15 years. God.
Well, maybe not the first, but 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, 15, if he really was that bad. What? Who held the gun to his head?
The last 15 years of my life back.
Yep. All right.
Who held the gun to his head?
It's true.
So on to Guild Wars 2, the Ice Brood Saga.
Ice Brood!
That
We
started
haven't played it
January 19th. Yeah, we're a little...
Maybe
young.
by the time we get there, maybe by the time we get to it, it'll be on sale. That would be great.
No, it's not... We just play it. We don't have to buy it
What?
or anything.
Amazing!
Yep. Lunar New Year celebration is next month, so that's just in a couple days.
Cool.
It should be out. And then Chapter 3 of the Ice Brood Saga is going to be in March. So by the time we're 80 and everything and be able to do this stuff, it'll be Chapter 4 or 5. All right, and we have one forum thing from Guild Wars. It's high learning curve for the game. This game seems to have a too high of a learning curve. I quit 2 times in the past due to this problem. Of course, I'd already spent the money on the game, and there is no subscription fee, so I guess it was just my loss.
So
The only reason I started playing again was that there are now many YouTube videos explaining how the game works. After I realized what was happening in the game, I started enjoying it. It's a fun game, at least until you get to the expansions. There are still a few issues that are really frustrating. For example, it's very entrances from one area to the next in a lot of cases. How about marking them on the map? I like exploring the map, but making these passages hard to find is not fun. Although I enjoy the level scaling because I can revisit the lower areas and still have fun, I have to why there are levels. You might as well remove them. They don't seem to serve a purpose. The tooltip from the buttons is nice, but does get in the way when you're in combat. I know you can hit the number keys, but I'm not likely to do that. I prefer using my map. The mini-map is almost useless. It's virtually impossible to use it for navigation.
God, me and Myth are just like, I'm biting my fingernails right now. Keep going.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Combat mechanics are not immediately obvious. I can place this in the game where a quest attempts to teach combat mechanics, but it took me a bit to figure out that was the intention. You almost need a combat boot camp. It's far from obvious that skills need to be used in certain order to be effective. In fact, I didn't figure out how important it was until trying the expansions. I'd really like to see shorter or no cooldowns on combat abilities to make the combat more dynamic. There are many times when abilities miss, get blocked, or when I accidentally fire one out of range. I really don't want any standard strategy to have to be run away to wait for cooldowns. It's not fun. It's especially annoying when fighting very overpowered NPCs. I'm not entirely sure what to say about world bosses. So he keeps going on. I'm thinking, this is really an easy game to figure out.
It is not hard, and it's fun.
I feel so sorry for this. That's all I can say. That's all I can think is I feel really sorry for this person, and they should go back to playing Candy Crush.
So we have some comments in our chat. If you want a high learning curve, you need to play EVE Online.
That's true.
I mean,
it's supposed to be a really high learning curve.
this is one of the easiest games. I mean, I follow less all over, but I have a single player game single player character that I'm playing, and I run around by my own. It's not that difficult.
No,
I mean,
it's not.
you don't have much of a choice of 1, 2, 3. You don't have a choice of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing at all.
If
You
they
can go
followed-
back and forth between weapon sets. That you can do, but you don't have a choice of those.
Does he say what he plays?
No.
There's no telling. I don't agree with the cooldown argument. I really don't. It's part of game balance, and I think that is the way combat works. You use something, and if it's something that deals a lot of damage, if you can just use it again and again and again, what's the point?
You would be overpowered.
Like, you would be
Yeah,
overpowered.
you would.
It's like you're pushing this win button, and you're not giving the other guy a chance to take you down.
Nobody wants to wait for their cooldowns. That's
No,
just the way
exactly.
it is.
That's the way cooldown. That's why they call them cooldowns, because you gotta cool down and then
That's
not
why
use
you
them.
take all these extra things to save a second on your
Exactly.
cooldown. And
Exactly. Saba Jade and I, on our Asuras, we use our little robots all the time, but those things have a cooldown, and they don't last very long, so you gotta use them wisely.
Yeah, so there are times it's like, are you going to pull out your robot? And she pulls her out, and then I pull mine out. Or sometimes we pull them out together, depending on the fight. It's using strategy sometimes, sometimes not.
I feel sorry for whoever this is. I feel like they really need somebody to help them.
Well, when I first started playing, I was all by myself. I wasn't really playing with anyone. I played my ranger up to level 80, and I didn't do it all at once. It took years, because I would come in and I would play, and then I'd be like, and I would craft, and I would run out of crafting materials, and I'd be like, well, what am I supposed to do now? Go play some more, I guess? I don't know. And then I would get interested in something else, and then, months later I would come back and go, how do you play a ranger? And then I would get back and I would learn it again. And I played up to level 80 like that. And I didn't know about things like mastery points and wings and all this other stuff that you're supposed to do. The first day that I turned level 80 on my ranger, I wanted to go to a high-level area. So I did. I went to the Maguma Wastelands. Mythery knows exactly how dangerous that place is.
Oh my god.
There was a group event happening, and I wanted to be part of it. And all these people were gathered up really high, ready to go into this palace to kill this living vines or something like that, because the Maguma Waste is full of living vines. And everybody suddenly just jumps off this cliff, and they float down to the bottom on these wings, and I jumped, and I didn't have any wings. I fell. Guess what happened to me? I fell on my face. I had to figure out that I was supposed to start looking for and spending mastery points in order to get to that place where I could glide and to do those storylines where I could get a mount, that sort of thing. So, yeah, there's a learning curve, but if I can figure it out, anybody can figure it out.
Elena, say goodbye.
Oh, right, be safe.
I give them a hug.
Yeah, give them a hug. All the hugs, all the time. All right, go on. I've said my piece.
So, this is not a difficult game to learn.
It sounds, but the way they're talking, it really sounds like they've never played this type of game. Because this game is not much different than any of the other games like it.
Right.
I mean, so it doesn't sound like they've been introduced to any of these games, and they need some guidance.
That's what YouTube is for. YouTube guides us all.
Well, there were a lot of nice responses. The responses in the thread were very nice. So if anybody is having difficulty with the game, some very nice answers.
Guild Wars players are very cool about telling you, giving you advice and telling you how to do things.
All right, so we're moving on to 7 Days to Die.
Yeah, it's true.
Somebody has a question about food. I see a lot of people talking about food.
Yeah, I love food. I mean,
so I've come across many threads and discussions all over the internet about how hard it is to keep looking for food in 7 days. So this one just has some suggestions, like if you're in the snow biome.
Yeah, if you're in the snow, just eat all the cougars.
Find some eggs, get some food, don't eat the cougars.
Well, in the beginning, it's hard. You're starving all the time. In my very vanilla game, I was starving. In fact, I'm still starving.
Yeah.
I'm hungry all the time.
Starving in your game, too.
Yeah.
Don't forget, so one of the things in here is don't forget to go to the trader and to get some quests, because like the Diggy quest, buried supply quest, because that will most likely get
that
you
has food in it, buried
food.
supplies.
Yes.
That requires me going back to my one trader.
Right.
Who's now about 4K away. That's not going to happen for a hot minute, but maybe.
No, they go back and forth in this thread about whether you spend points in
living off the land.
Living off the land, and the other one, Chef Mastery. What's it called?
Yeah, it's called Master Chef.
Yes, and absolutely,
it's worth it.
Both,
they're both worth it. When you start making that higher quality food, and you do not have to go to level 5 in that, you only need to go to level 4, and you can make all the good stuff. Level 5 is really only for the buffs that you can make.
When you get your first little chunk of 5 points, put 1 point into Chef Mastery or whatever it's called.
Because grilled meat is delicious.
When you're starting out, and if you find eggs, you can make bacon and eggs.
You can make bacon and eggs.
Right.
It's a great, nourishing meal.
Fred said when he started, he ate yucca fruit forever. If you can get it, yeah. I mean,
if you're in the desert, you can live.
The desert always provides vultures.
Right.
The desert always provides.
And then I have another thread. This one is cars respawning without a mod or modlet. I have a colleague who swears that since the last couple of alphas, specifically Alpha 15, he's played vanilla and swears that in vanilla cars respawn. I say he's full of crap. And I put this thread in there.
The crapometer?
Only because I like Colony Founders crapometer.
Quite crap. It's very crap. Total crap.
I think it's great.
The crapometer says this is total crap.
Yep.
Thank you, Colony Founder. It's very good. And then I have a thing from Ark Survival Evolved.
Yeah.
Ark, the animated series, is coming out in 2022. The first link is to the front page of Ark Survival Evolved, and on there on the right is, you click it and it'll take you to a short video of a clip of the animated series, and then the second one will take you to IMDb, which will show you the cast of who's going to be in it. Elliot Page, Gerard Butler, Carl Urban, David Tennant, Alan Tudyk, Russell Crowe, Vin Diesel, Michelle Yeoh. I mean, what kind of series is this with all these people in it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
How much money is it costing them?
It doesn't matter. We get to watch it free. It's an animated series.
Joke's on you. I'm watching it for free.
Exactly. All right, so the question of the show, what's your favorite game world at the moment? So where do you love escaping to get away from the real pandemic?
Oh. Mythery, do you have an answer for this?
Well, that's sort of a hard question because I really love to go to Far Cry 5 and shoot redneck cultists in the face.
That's so true. So
That's just my favorite thing to do. But as far as that world, I mean, I wouldn't want to go live there or hang out there, you know?
Yeah, it's true.
I like the world that Guild Wars has. If I wanted to go hang out somewhere, I might want to go hang out there.
Well, I didn't say where do you want to live. I said where do you want to get away from the real world?
I have an answer for this one. It's always the same. Nobody knows about it. It's sort of a secret.
You want to go to Subnautica?
No. Oh my God, can I change my answer? I haven't even told you what my answer is yet. That seems way better. No, I like to go to Minecraft. Yeah, I put myself in creative mode and I built a castle out of diamonds and emeralds and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh!
Something I didn't tell anybody about. I've just been doing it.
Okay, but isn't that an episode of oh crap? What's the show? Isn't that Doctor Who?
What?
Wait a minute. It's going to come to me. They're all made of... Yeah, it was Doctor Who. It's the things that came back with the Master, that episode with the Master, those little round flying things.
Mm-hmm. The ones with the faces, the emoji faces?
No, they didn't have emoji faces. They came from the future. They made a paradox. Oh. And the world made of diamonds. Oh, you're going to have to watch it. It was a two-parter.
Oh, okay, well,
The Master was the Prime Minister of England.
Of course he was.
Of course he was. And Martha Jones traveled the earth, telling everybody about the Doctor.
Well, what's your go-to escape?
Well, right now, I would say I am running away to Scrap Mechanic because I'm building things.
You're running. It's so nice when you can build things and then you don't really have to think about anything else. It's one of the reasons why I like Minecraft. You can just build and not worry. All right, let's head into, before we start, Mythery, why isn't Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist canceled yet?
People like it.
Okay, then. All right, so there is this new, it's back on, is it back on Netflix or Hulu or something?
No, I honestly, it's hard to tell because I don't watch regular cable anymore.
I don't either.
But it's back on.
Okay, so where do you
back
watch
on
it?
whatever.
What platform? Oh, okay, so it's Hulu. Man, getting an answer out of you is like pulling wisdom teeth with no anesthesia.
Actually, I had to ramble a little bit to remember where I was watching it.
just keep talking until you remember.
Yeah.
I'm watching The Expanse still on Amazon Prime, and I'm on the first episode of season 2, and season 1 was shockingly good. I have a favorite character now. I'm invested. I like it.
What's your favorite character?
My favorite character is Amos. Amos, the grunt, the Marine, the guy that's like, "Welcome to the churn." he just does it. He just rolls with every punch. He's just like, "Okay, whatever. This is what we're doing now. Okay, I'm gonna put you out the airlock. That's fine. That's what we're doing now." He's great. He's a grunt's grunt. You know what I mean? You probably don't, but it doesn't matter. It's fine. He's my favorite. Do you have a favorite?
No.
Oh, well, okay then.
Well, I think the one guy's cute.
The Mormon?
What's his name?
I don't know his name. He's a Mormon. Mormons in space.
Jim.
If I was going to explain this plot badly, I would say Mormons in space.
Wow.
Yeah, because
I was gonna start watching it, but now I'm rethinking that.
It was not easy for me to get into because it has a very intricate, politically kind of very tightly woven plot that is already in place when you start watching. So you really don't get the mechanics of and the dynamics of how everything is working with each other until you get a few episodes in, and then you're like, oh, okay. But I really like it. I like how culturally different everyone is. The people from Mars versus the Belters, or the people in the OPA, and I like that they have that weird way of speaking, it's almost like a South African accent. It sounds kind of like that to me. You can barely understand what they say when they talk.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Oh, let's move on to this surprise for Saba Jade.
Yeah.
So, remember the last show when I sang a rap to Mythery about Mythery? Right? You remember that? You guys remember
I do.
that? Everybody remember that? Well, brace yourselves, kids, because I'm about to do it again for Saba Jade. I'm going to make good on my promise from the last show where I said that I would sing Saba Jade's verse to her, but it's only one. Mythery has 2 verses because she's Mythery. And Saba only has 1, but Saba's 1 is pretty damn good. If you think it's genius, it wasn't me. Klingbeil wrote it, but I think it's great. Okay, so I have to get in. Hold on, I have to get the tea going. There we go. All right. My name is Saba Jade, and I get paid for hiding in and throwing shade. A thinker and sinker of daggers into shoulder blades. Be afraid. I've mastered how this game is played. I'm the whole thing halfling. I get the sausage made. Boom!
That's good.
If that's not amazing, I don't know what is.
Yeah, that's good.
Amazing. I have a verse as well, but I will not do it this time. I'll do it next time.
Okay.
It's not as I can't follow you. I can't follow that with mine because it's just not that.
Then you're gonna have to sing the whole thing together.
Sing it all together? Maybe. All right, where are we? Let's see.
Fred says shoulder blades. She is a halfling. She stabs people in the ankle.
In the ankle? She stabs them in the kidney most of the time. She removes
that
any
didn't rhyme.
No, it has to rhyme. That's the problem. All right, Myth, talk to me about Scrap Mechanic.
So last time we did Scrap Mechanic, and we got our butts kicked repeatedly by some little robots. This was our second day in that world, and so we hadn't actually crafted anything yet, unless you count feeding cows corn so that they poop milk out for us to drink so we don't starve to death. So actually crafting. We did plant a couple of gardens, but one is a long ways from where we decided to stay because it's over by where we crashed our spaceship, and we decided to stay over at a mechanic shop that we found. So gathering food from that garden is super inconvenient, and making recovering from dying kind of difficult. What else?
Because we spent most of our time that day just trying to get the stuff that we gathered back from the robots that kept murdering us.
Crashed the spaceship? Was Lessa driving again? No, Fred. Myth was driving.
No, Myth was driving this particular spaceship.
Let's see, we decided to attack, therefore we were pounded. No, not true. We were shot one too many times until we managed to take them out, which of course we ultimately did, so we retrieved our belongings. Apparently we got killed. So that was the beginning and end of Scrap Mechanic.
For me.
I'm still having fun.
You guys are still having a good time.
Yeah, Saba Jade and I have a 2-person game going, and we plan to continue it, but Lessa is not so enamored with the game.
No, I will not be joining
And that's
you.
okay.
Yeah, that's fine. She's like, I'll allow it.
You never know. She
Just
could
this
change her
once.
mind.
I could change my
Or
mind. Or not. Or maybe I could just do other stuff. I don't know. All right, let's talk about our 2 weeks in gaming. We played a heck of a lot of 7 Days to Die. I've been making a lot of 7 Days to Die videos. Stay tuned for that in the coming weeks. You might get surprised, folks. On the server, I brought in one of my coworkers to teach him how to play 7 Days to Die, and he had consumed an entire bottle of alcohol, and then proceeded, he was a lot of fun. He wasn't rude or in a mean, you know what I mean? It was a good time, and then the next week at work, he said, "Did we play 7 Days to Die?" Like, he couldn't remember.
That's not good.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, we did it. It was great. We had a good time.
You should have said, "I'm not talking to you."
Oh, yeah, I could have pretty much written my own history at that point.
Yes, you could have.
And we fixed the spider. We're ready for our next Horde night. And Mithri made shotgun turrets.
I did.
So
they're cool.
We're so rich in 7 Days to Die. It's almost like in Far Cry, where we're so rich that we can just buy whatever we want. So in 7 Days to Die, I like to take our loot that we're not using, sell it, and then go around to all the traders in the land and buy up all their bullets whenever they restock. So that way we don't have to make quite as many bullets at Horde, because Horde is still...
We have so much gunpowder that we could make mattresses out of it and sleep on it, but we have very little brass.
Yeah.
Okay, may I make a suggestion? Do not sleep on gunpowder.
Maybe we don't do that.
No. Especially if you shove it in a mattress. No.
But I was just making a...
Yeah, it's good. No, and then the next thing you see, we're going to go look at Mithri's mattress, and we're going to be like, "What's in here? No, don't touch it!"
Boom.
It's
here, let me light my torch.
It's gunpowder. It's gunpowder. All right, I got questions for Saba Jade. In your very vanilla game, it's day 4. You have no home. You have no gun. You have no roof. Fred says it's a skylight, but it's not a skylight. You don't have a roof, man. What is your plan for Horde?
So, as you said, it's academic. My whole thing was compare and contrast. Yeah. Modded versus vanilla. Well, it's over.
Yeah, it's over. I think you've far surpassed
your
game.
My vanilla game is on a map called Gwen Eiffel. My not so very vanilla game is on a map called Judy Woodruff. And I very much like Judy Woodruff's map better. So what I'm going to do is wipe both of them and start a vanilla game on Judy Woodruff. 'Cause that's a much better map.
It's a better
and
map.
just play Judy Woodruff as a vanilla and go from there and not have modded and see how it goes.
So my next question is, are you completely done with this very vanilla map, or are you going...
Yeah,
so
I'm going
you're not gonna
to
go
wipe
to
on
Horde.
both. No, I'm not going to go to Horde because I don't like the map at all.
I don't
hate
blame
the
you.
map.
I hate the map
It's a
that
horrible
I'm playing
map.
on, too. The map I'm playing on is just terrible. It has one trader in a very large radius. Towns are very far apart. I don't like it. And I'm terrified. I'm terrified all the time. So...
I'm not quite terrified all the time. It's just the town I'm in with the 2 traders, which luckily I have 2 traders, but I mean, really, it's a 3-block town. I mean, it's not big enough.
What I would like
it's not
to
even
do-
3 blocks, it's 2 blocks.
Yeah, what I would like to
2
do is do this, in my game, is do this horde, and then do the next horde, because I have a really interesting idea for horde involving the trailer park, and then just leave it there. And then by that time I'll have probably 25 or 30 episodes of vanilla under my belt, and I can walk away a winner, sort of. Probably. Maybe. I can't even make a freaking bicycle yet, man. It's terrible. But whatever. I'm going to move...
Shame on you.
Yeah, shame on me. Good. You came back at the perfect time because we're talking about Far Cry 5.
Yes.
Mythery and I met our third boss. We met Jacob in Far Cry 5. And I do not want to spoil what he does to you because it's too good. And if you are thinking about playing Far Cry 5, you should. I will say this. Jacob, it's a kind of a... I didn't like him at first, but I learned to respect him as a villain because he brainwashed me to do so. It's kind of a psychological thriller situation, and whenever you kill a boss, the big boss, Joseph, you'll get to watch a cutscene where he talks about the loss of one of his lieutenants, or one of his siblings or whatever. And when he talked about losing John, he was upset. When he talked about losing Faith, he was upset. When he talked about losing Jacob, he cried.
Yep.
He loved Jacob. The other two, I think he could have left. He could have, take or leave. But
Or
Jacob
it was
meant
just
something
the
to him.
last one left, and now he's out all of them.
I don't know. I just really got the impression that Jacob meant something to him more than the others.
Yeah,
Maybe
I think you're
because
right.
he was a source of strength. So, I mean, Jacob, that boss fight is worth everything. It is not easy. It was really hard. I died many times. Jacob only died once. And I bought a boat paddle because, rich. Right? And I just love running around whacking people with my boat paddle. And
She
it
does.
says whack on it. We did make that
People with
video
boat
where we
paddle.
brought up the point of, how rich is too rich? Should we really be raiding more prepper stashes? I don't know. I don't know if it's ethical at this point.
So at the beginning
There
of
are
the
many
game, you
left.
guys are marshals, right? U.S.
Yes,
Marshals?
we're still U.S. Marshals.
Wait, U.S. Marshal.
Uh-huh.
You go around whacking people with a boat paddle.
Well, like I said, I've been psychologically scarred. So,
Special circumstances.
yeah. I got special dispensation to dole out, the use of force, blah, blah, blah.
As your attorney. No.
No, don't do that.
Don't do that.
I'm not sure anybody could prove it.
Probably not.
That she did it, or
Yeah.
no? See
I'm
that
the only
camera?
one that knows, and I'm not telling.
That camera is...
Did you turn your camera off? Because, yeah, you're not allowed to.
Titan Jr. is asking in chat
What
what
camera?
happened to playing DDO? Question mark, question mark, question mark. You missed it, Titan. We already talked about DDO. Staba's still playing DDO. I am taking a DDO break because I want to love it.
We've always played other games.
Yeah.
We're just now talking about them.
Yeah, this is so true. And right now we got to talk about our favorite NPC in Far Cry 5. What to say about Herc? If you're playing Far Cry 5, you need to go to Jacob's area first, and you need to get two things. One, you need to get Cheeseburger. He's a bear. You can have as a companion. Two, you need to go to Herc Sr., and you need to work for him, and then he will unlock the use of his son as a companion. And Herc Jr.
Oh my God.
is hilarious. Everything he says is gold. He's such a good companion. Except...
He's dumb as a rock, but...
Yeah, he is dumb as a box of rocks, but he is so funny, and he has big-time daddy issues. His dad's running for Senate in Montana, and you're supposed to be helping his dad, like, with his campaign, but... and Herc can fly a helicopter, apparently. This is what happened.
Yeah.
Me and Myth, we land the helicopter. We're going to get out of the helicopter. Herc gets into the helicopter in the driver's seat. Hovers above us, and we're like, Herc, are you gonna land, or are you gonna... I mean, and then we end up, I think, were we ever in the helicopter?
I grappled the helicopter and went up there and got in, and I thought maybe I could get in the seat and pull him out. Couldn't do that.
So we gave him a waypoint, and he flew to it.
Right. Yeah. So
and
he
then
was like
he still didn't get out of the helicopter, though. And then I said, well, dismiss him as a party member, and maybe he'll leave the helicopter here. No, that hooker flew away with our helicopter, which is not cheap, by the way. I mean, we're rich, but that helicopter ain't cheap. So, if you get a chance, you need to do those two things in Jacob's area. You need to get yourself Herc, and you need to get yourself a cheeseburger, because they're both very much worth it. My goodness. All right, Guild Wars 2, we're going to play tonight. Yes, Saba Jade is just racking up the levels. I am loving it. I am keeping her full of fruits and vegetables and good food stuffs made by my chef here. And you can see he carries a grill on his back.
Is that what that is?
It's a grill.
With a face.
It's a grill. I'm actually grilling meat right now. So, yeah. So I'm looking forward
it looks like a burger.
playing tonight, because we're going into the next part of our Asura storyline.
Yep.
Yay! And tell me about Horizon Zero Dawn, Myth.
Hey, some guy thought we were adorable last night.
What?
Remember when we were playing and we were killing that one thing, and we were running around killing, and some guy was there killing with us?
Oh, that's right!
And he's like, you guys are adorable.
We are little Asuras, because they're the size of field mice or whatever. We were running around, and the person, whoever it was, stopped and looked at us, and they said in chat, "Aren't you guys adorable?" And then they left. It was super cute. Anyway, tell me about chasing raccoons in Horizon Zero Dawn.
You said I was chasing raccoons.
But weren't you?
No, it was a fox, actually. It wasn't a raccoon.
I could have sworn somebody said she was chasing a raccoon.
I don't know.
I was trying to get some
Because you got to have your raccoon and foot.
some rich meat, something. You always need fatty meat, rich
fatty meat or rich meat, yeah.
So I was just shooting animals willy-nilly. There are raccoons, but this was a fox.
Oh, as long as you're still enjoying it, I think that's important. And we
Yeah,
talk about
I like
scrap
it.
mechanics, so I'm going to leave that there. Do you guys have anything else to add before I move on to housekeeping?
Nope.
All right, housekeeping. YouTube episode always ends up going up late, but that is what you get when you don't subscribe. You need to subscribe to our podcast either on iTunes or at home at Podcast Garden. Hey, Podcast Garden, excuse me, you have to put us on the front of the website now because I have mentioned you. Right on. Mythery is going to start making videos this week. I'm very excited for that. Yay. I hope she gets all stressed out and texts me and Saba both and be like, what am I doing with my life? All right, when is next time?
Next time is Valentine's Day, midnight.
Oh my god. Amazeballs. Okay.
Yep.
All right, thanks to everyone who joined us for the live show. Come join us in a few minutes. We're playing Guild Wars 2 right here, right now on this channel. Until then, you can email us at the Damsels email, thedamselsgame@gmail.com. It's all one word, all lowercase. And you can come to our Twitch channel. That's twitch.tv/The Damsels Game. Every other week, we cast and then we play. And then we
play a lot.
We play a lot. We twitch all throughout the week. Anytime we think anything interesting is going to happen, we start twitching. And I don't tweet that out. I just start doing it. So if you don't follow me, you're not going to know when I'm on.
Sometimes we do it when we don't think something interesting is going to
That's right. Sometimes we do it and nothing happens. But that's the chance that you take. You can also follow us on Twitter. I'm at Lessa Mithery is at Mithery1, and Saba Jade is at Saba Jade. Mithery Inferno.
Close window.
All right. Thanks very much for joining us, guys.